nobody really agrees with this opinion. It's just kind of mine. But what I'm going to talk about today is going to make a lot of people upset because it's very controversial. But my opinion is that Candace Owens is very wrong about many issues. In fact, dare I say, even evil. Because, well, as we all know, that on September 10th, at 12:23 p.m., Charlie Kirk was shot in Utah Valley by 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. And after this, Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, had said, he made this in an X post, Charlie Kirk was murdered for speaking the truth and defending freedom, a lion-hearted friend of Israel. He fought the lies and stood tall for Judeo-Christian civilization. I spoke to him only 2 weeks ago and invited him to Israel. Sadly, that visit will not take place. We lost an incredible human being. Tucker Carlson called that disgusting and all about Netanyahu himself.
I was shocked and sickened by the reaction of the ghoulish and really repulsive reaction of the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, to Charlie's death. Basically made it all about him and all about his country. Immediately trying to take the energy, the sadness, the grief that people felt over Charlie's murder and redirect it towards support for whatever project he's involved in.
When he only highlighted the parts that mentioned Israel. Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens have this thing going on where they will blame Israel for almost anything that happens. Recently, Candace Owens made an X post saying Israel was a demonic nation. That's what she said. How horrible of a Christian can you be to call Israel, the nation Christians are supposed to love, the nation of God's people, how could you call it a demonic nation as a Christian? She claims that it's evil because of the death of Palestinians, but it's quite apparent that civilians die in war. People die in war. Innocent people do die in war. I mean, is America a demonic nation for the Hiroshima nuke during World War II? War is not perfect. War is not precise. I'm sorry. Israel is not targeting civilians. They are targeting Hamas, who is hiding behind civilians. Sorry, but Israel is not going to be perfect and precise in war when they're dealing with terrorists. But then here's the thing that makes me really upset, is that I already thought she was so wrong about everything she said, especially when she called Israel a demonic nation. Her close friend Charlie Kirk, who was shot and killed, she's blaming the death on Netanyahu, or speculating, making conspiracies on that it was Mossad, Netanyahu, Israel, I don't know. That's so retarded that you would blame the death of your friend. You'd already start making conspiracies that got you fired from Daily Wire and that got you famous and popular. This is her opinion that got her all famous after the Daily Wire incident. I'm not trying to make it sound like she's trying to profit off of her friend's death by making these stupid assumptions, these ridiculous assumptions. I mean, they're absurd. But it honestly does sound wrong, doesn't it? I mean, I understand that most of the people watching this side with Candace Owens. I'm very sure. But I'm trying to give a different idea, which is, I mean, this is the truth. I mean, it sounds absurdly wrong. I mean, if I had somebody die, they caught the killer, like a friend, they caught the killer, I wouldn't start speculating conspiracy theories. I mean, that's horrible. I mean, I'd watch Charlie Kirk every day of my life. All his shows, I loved him. He was awesome. It was obviously very tragic hearing that he was shot and killed in broad daylight. And as it should be for everybody who watched him, who just watched him. On May 21, 2025, a 30-year-old from Chicago shot and killed 2 Israeli embassy staffs. And after the murder, he shouted free Palestine. That's what he shouted. He obviously killed them because he was hearing too much junk on the media. I mean, what else? I mean, it's not like you don't hear it from anywhere else. I mean, the people pushing this stuff is pro-Palestinians, influencers and stuff. So obviously he heard a little too much junk on the internet and decided to go kill somebody because he got fired up. Well, Candace Owens is probably one of the people pushing those kinds of ideas. This is actually the same reason why Charlie Kirk was killed himself. The liberal media always calls fascists, far right, racists, all this kind of stuff that when it's pushed enough, it ends up getting us shot and killed, like Charlie Kirk. That is my opinion on the whole Candace Owens topic. Another thing I want to jump to is also very different from this, but it still has something to do with Charlie Kirk. Jimmy Kimmel, yesterday, his show was canceled. I am very happy about that. People are already blaming us Republicans. I don't know what a Republican would have had to do with Jimmy Kimmel being fired. He was fired by ABC, not us. That was ABC's decision. In fact, I don't even know what he said about Charlie Kirk. I don't want to hear about it because I don't like him. It wasn't even our idea. Honestly, I don't know whose idea that would have been. That's about all. Thank you for hearing me out if you made it this far. I personally think Candace Owens is just super wrong. In fact, maybe even evil. It's horrible, especially for a Christian, which is why I'm really disturbed of what she's been doing. But anyways, that's about all.